Okay, so for our first science lesson in the solar system and in space, we're going to be talking about the differences between the sun and the moon. So to get us started, let's read this book. It's called Day and Night by Robin Nelson. Day follows night. Night comes after day. What makes this cycle of days and nights happen? Earth spins in space. In morning, your part of Earth is turning to face the sun. You see the first light from the sun at dawn. The sun rises into the sky at sunrise. It is day. You can see the sun and clouds in the sky. Earth keeps spinning. In the evening, your part of the earth is turning away from the sun. The sun moves lower in the sky at sunset. You can no longer see the sun at dusk. It is now night. You can see the moon and stars in the sky. Earth keeps spinning. The sun will come up again in the morning. So when the sun comes up, where is the earth facing? Towards the sun or away from the sun? It is facing towards the sun. Good. The cycle goes on and on. And here's a picture, day and night. So during the day, we're facing the sun. Then the earth keeps spinning, and at night we're over here away from the sun. Okay, so it tells us that it takes 24 hours to spin around one time, and we know that our day, a complete day, is 24 hours. So during half of those hours, your side of Earth is facing the sun, and it is day. During the other half, our side is facing away from the sun, and it is night. So now what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to get 2 pieces of paper, and I want you to write day at the top of one and night at the top of the other. You can pause the video while you do this. Okay, so what I would like for you to do now is I want you to draw me a picture on the page that says day of what the sky looks like during the day. And then on the other page, you can guess what I'm going to ask you to do. Draw what the sky looks like at night. So pause the video now to do that. All right. Now that you have drawn your pictures, let's get back together and we're going to list some of the things you drew on your day picture. So some of the things you probably drew were the sun. During the day, you can also see clouds in the sky. Draw a little sun here and clouds. And you might also see rainbows and birds and airplanes and so on. There's lots of things you can see in the sky during the day. All right, so what do you think the sun looks like? A lot of you might have drawn a big circle with rays of light coming out. That's what we usually see pictured when we look at pictures of the sun. Okay, so now let's move over to night. What did you draw on your night picture? Okay, you probably drew the moon, and there's lots of different ways the moon can look. Some of you might have drawn a circle with smaller circles. What do you think those smaller circles are? There is a scientific name for what those smaller circles are. Those smaller circles are called craters, and we'll learn more about what craters are when we study the surface of the moon. But you might have drawn your moon like that. You might have drawn a moon like this. Okay, that's a crescent moon. Okay, you might have drawn stars. That is something else that you see in the sky. So you might have drawn stars there. You might have said shooting stars. You might see shooting stars in the night. And you know, sometimes if you look really close, you can even see clouds in front of the moon or behind the moon if the moon is shining bright enough. You might have drawn airplane lights. Sometimes at night you can still see the lights of the airplanes. Okay, those are all great answers. Okay, so now let's talk about how bright these things are. Can you see the sun at night? Usually you cannot. You should not be able to see the sun if it is nighttime. If you are starting to see the sun, it is starting to be sunset or sunrise. Okay, so let's see. In the late afternoon, our sun sinks lower and lower in the sky until it disappears. So then the sky gets dark, and that is when we have night. Okay? Now, can you see the moon at night? You most certainly can see the moon at night. We'll learn more about how the moon gets its light later. But you cannot see the sun at night. Can you see the sun during the day? Of course, that's what makes it day. We are facing the sun, so we can certainly see the sun. Can you see the moon during the day? You might have said no, but guess what? If you look really, really close, you can sometimes see the moon during the day. So next time it's daytime, look around in the sky to see if you can spot the moon. Okay. Did you know that the sun is one of our brightest stars? It's one of the biggest stars. And this star, the sun, is at the center of our solar system. Now, is the sun still in the sky when it's cloudy out? It sure is. The sun is always out, even when it's cloudy. Okay. And did you know at night, we'll go back over to night, that sometimes you can even see planets in the sky? Now, you might not be able to tell that it's a planet. It might look just like a really big star. So sometimes you can see those planets that look like stars at night. All right, let's see. Do you think you can see stars during the day? No, we cannot see stars during the day. So, except for the what? The sun. Remember, the sun is the biggest star. That is the only star we can see. It outshines all of the other stars. Okay, so do you think even though we can't see those stars though, because the sun outshines them, are they still there? Yes, they are still there. They don't go away. We just can't see them because the sun outshines them. Okay. So, if you were to travel closer to some of those other stars in space, though, what do you think they would look like? They would probably look like the sun. All right. So, now, here is a word I want us to look at before we close up, and this word is planet. Just overall review today a little bit. Okay, so planet. So, do you remember which planet we live on? We live on planet Earth. And is Earth a star? No, the sun is a star. Earth is a planet. So why do you think the sun is so important to Earth, the planet Earth? It provides us with light and warmth. Now remember, does anybody remember what planet we are from the sun? We are the third planet from the sun. And the sun, again, is the source of heat and light for Earth. If we were the second planet closest to the sun, would that be a good thing? No, it would be too hot. What if we were the fourth or the fifth planet from the sun? It would be too cold, so God put us in exactly the right place so we would have just enough light and just enough warmth to have life on our planet. Okay, so now we've talked about the sky during the day, the sky during the night, and what we can see in the sky. I want you to get this sheet, activity sheet 1, and you're going to answer these questions here. It says, what things can you see in the sky in the day? And you're going to color those things red. And what can you see in the sky at night? You're going to color those blue. And what can be seen in both the day and the night? Remember, there are some things we talked about that can be seen both in the day and in the night. And those things, you're going to circle them, okay? Thank you for listening. Have a good time filling out your sheet and coloring.